So the transits of Jupiter are extremely important. Of the 7 major planets, Jupiter has the second slowest orbit. Only planet which takes longer to orbit the Sun is Saturn, of the major planets. So Jupiter stays in a sign for about approximately 1 year. So he takes about 12 years to make his round of the zodiac. And the transits of Jupiter are extremely telling in the boons, the blessings, the gains that one has in life. For a man or a woman, it may indicate great business gains or great enjoyment, or it may indicate spiritual advancement. But it's almost always, when Jupiter has good transits, it's looking at our happiness in this world. When is it coming? How is it coming? For women, Jupiter represents husband, boyfriend, paramour in the horoscope. So it's so important for the ladies to understand the Jupiter transits as to understand when are the optimum times for relationships and the optimum times for marriage as well, and just wonderful experiences in family life. Now, the second house transit of Jupiter, and that means that wherever your natal moon is, the sign after the natal moon, we would call the second house when Jupiter is transiting that house. So if your ascendant is Pisces, then Jupiter would be transiting the second house from the ascendant in Aries, or if your moon sign is Pisces, he'll be transiting the second house from the moon when he's transiting the sign of Aries. And I find that the moon signs are very much more accurate in counting the transits and then understanding the effects which will come about. So financially, the second house transit is extremely important. The 5th house transit is so wonderful in that it allows for growth, investment, so many things to begin to build in a person's life. The 7th house transit of Jupiter, meaning when he's 7 houses from the natal moon or opposite the natal moon in the horoscope, well, at this time, this is a great time for family affairs, loving affairs. It's a good time for marriage. And of course, the 9th house transit of Jupiter is extremely important because it brings not only material boons and gains, but it brings an optimum time for making spiritual advancement as well. So for the yogis, that year of the 9th house transit from Jupiter is just an amazing, amazing time. For those of us that are, say, have a Pisces moon, then that would mean that when Jupiter is transiting the sign of Scorpio, he would have his 9th house transit. And of course, the 11th house transit from the natal moon is probably the most gainful, materially speaking, as it brings a lot of gains. It's when you're due certain karmas earned in the previous lifetime. Now, why is it that sometimes you may have a great transit of Jupiter and it doesn't seem to bring so many boons in your life materially? Well, if you're in the worst dasha period of your life, or if the antardashas or pratyantardashas are particularly difficult, well, you're not going to see as much drastic changes just from the transits of the planets, even a slower moving planet like Jupiter. But understand where your natal moon is and understand the effects of Jupiter. Well, he transits the signs, and there, as we count them from the natal moon, and you will understand when many events are meant to come out in your life, when certain developments will come in your life, when certain types of growth will manifest. And of course, it's individual. We have to understand a person's individual horoscope. We need to understand the whole flavor of the chart. We need to look at the dashas and all the planetary periods. And then we look at the transits as well. And taking these things into account, of course, that's how we make predictions. So Jupiter's transits are extremely important to understand, as I said, because he's one of the major forces in the heavenly bodies, in our understanding the manifestation of our karma. Namaste.